So Design Center, that's the topic for today. To get to it, it's under Marketing and then Design Center here. So if you're used to the old one at all, this is where you get to it now. So, pretty similar to the old design if you'd use it at all. You know, you got flyers, postcards, door hangers, brochures. But we'll start with the print media section. Now, they have been updating the designs because they got a ton more designs in here you can see. You know, 94 flyers, 170 postcards. So a lot of this stuff might not be applicable to you when it's talking about design. They have a lot of you can see there's some US stuff here. So you might have to sort through because they got on the left, they have ways you can filter, okay? So if you just want listing promotion, you can click the listing promotion button, let it think, and it'll say, okay, we filtered down from that many designs to about 50 here, where they're just designed to promote your listing. Or if you wanted, seasonal and events, you can go through that. If there's any like REMAX branded seasonal stuff you want to post on your socials or print, etc. So that's for those there. Let's look through flyers, okay? So if you're, last minute, you need a flyer, you put it off till Friday at 5:30 and you got an open house on Sunday. So you can go through here and see the different designs. And I'm just going to pick one because you can search through a lot of this. This one looks good. And we'll show you how it works. So you can see the thing you got to do here first, highlighted in red, is you got to pick a listing, okay? So the listing has to be on KvCORE. So I'm going to start first with, you just click here. You can search by address or MLS ID. So if it's on the MLS, you could grab any listing on the MLS. So like if you're doing like a team one or if you're doing an open house for another realtor, you can even just pop in their listing and pull it up. It'll pull all the photos. I'm just going to grab one of these ones just because they're in front of me here. Let it think. Oh, they got no photos. Okay. Maybe don't grab that one. Let's grab this one. Let it think again, and what it'll do is it'll import all the photos off the MLS. Now, I think it just probably goes in order, but you can see it just makes your base flyer there. It grabs the remarks in here, and all this stuff you can zoom in. And what you can do is say this is, you're doing an open house here, right? And you want to, you're not saying just listed. You can just put your cursor in there, and then you can actually just retype anything that's already in here. So you could change it to say open house, right? If you want to do an open house flyer, just listed or price reduced, whatever it is, you can do that there, right? And if you need to, for any reason, say you want to swap out some of the photos, right? Say, okay, I don't want this one here. You can see when I put my cursor over the photo, it brings up this this orange pen, I think it is, a little circle. If you click that, you get options here. You can remove the image, you can crop it, you can swap it. We're going to click swap. And that's going to swap the image out for the other images that are on the MLS, right? So you could just go through, and I'm just going to pick a random one here. You click it, green check mark, insert, and it swapped that photo out. So easy to do in that respect. And again, anywhere that there's text, you can put your cursor in there and you can type, delete, change, edit, right? It automatically will put your info in here. So if there's anything you want to update or change, right? Say, okay, maybe I don't want it to put my license number in there, right? Because I think that's just in our account. Anything you want to do, you can change, you can delete there. And then when you're satisfied with what you got, you can go over on the side and you have the option to download, okay? So it tells you right here, if you're downloading with bleed, that's like if you're gonna bring it to Staples or something, or that's, if you've ever seen it where it's got the lines, where it's got the edges. But if you're printing it here, most likely you're probably in on the weekend or something, or you're at the office, you'd go canvas size here, right? And that'll download a PDF that you can just print at the Toshiba here, right? Just so you can see what it looks like. Okay, so just regular, there's your PDF, open house with the photos you picked, your name, etc. Bob's your uncle, print it, go, okay? And then when you're done here too, what I would do is you can click save and close, because if you ever want to reference back to this thing, you can see it'll be under Save Designs here. You can also see, what if they're from there? So you have a Save Designs tab up here, okay? And you can see it says, okay, recent designs. This is the one I just did. So if you ever need to go back to reference it, to edit it, to change it, you can go in and click and it is in there.
I think I missed. Did you go to My Company to get into those or no?
Nope.
Okay.
No, yeah, this was just, I think I just started in print media.
Okay.
And we filtered by listing promotion.
Okay. Nice.
And then just pick the design, and then you can pick the MLS there too. Now I'll show you, we'll go back. Now let's look at the social tab. So you can see square postings. Okay, there's like 500 designs. Again, so we're just gonna go through and say, hey, we just want listing promotion. Okay, so it's just gonna filter, it's filtering through the few hundred there are there. And it's gonna come down to here. So for listing promotion, they got 7 main feed, which is the wider one, 32 square designs. They even got designs for your story, right? If you're doing reels or anything. So let's look at square designs, okay? Let's say we'll do a social post here. Now let's say you have, you want to do a coming soon, right? Or you have, it wouldn't be exclusive because you wouldn't be putting it online. But let's say it's a coming soon, okay? So it's not on the MLS yet. So there's not going to be an MLS ID here, right? So what you can do is I'm going to cancel this. And now this is specifically if you're trying to use Design Center for something that's not listed yet. We're going to go over here to listings, and we'll go to manual listings. And we're simply going to add a listing. And the reason we're going to add a listing is because we just want to get the listing under our listings on the listing section in KvCORE. And so we can upload the photos because that's where it's pulling everything from, right? We can't just manually upload a photo. We got to have it attached to a listing. Okay, so you'll go over to, just to recap, listings, manual listings. Then from here, you can see add listing in the corner. So we're going to add a listing. It's super simple. You go through here. It's going to make me put in an address just to get to the next section, but I'll show you what this looks like. So you fill in the details, okay, property details, do coming soon. Go through, I'm not going to go through all these, but a lot of this stuff, right, you're just going through, filling it out according to your listing. Photos, simple, click to upload. Browse where you have your photos saved, okay? Listing info, here's where you can put your price, and here's where you can even see they have it kind of built in, that 3-day rule, right? So it says it'll be up there, it'll move it from the site then, as a coming soon. So this is saying remove from site. So it'll go up to your own KvCORE site, right? And it'll show up as a coming soon on your KvCORE website, right?
You can only do it 3 days before for
That's why you can
share?
already see, it says remove May 3rd, right?
Okay, so it'll tell me.
So it'll automatically, it's default to set to 3 days.
Okay,
But
so
you double check because you're right, you can only do it for 3 days, and then you got to take it down, and then you got to put it on the MLS, right? So nice in that respect, it already knows and it's going to do that for you. And then when you're done, you just click finish. I'm not going to save it here because I got no photos to put in, but that's basically the process. You would save it, and then you'd go back. Design Center, okay? We'll go back to social media. So we'll go here, click, okay, sort by listing promotion. That should be a little quicker here. And I think it was this one I liked. So then you'll go to select the listing here, okay? Now you'll just type in the number of the one you put in manually, but I already see here there's a couple manual added ones, so that's why I didn't bother saving the one I did. But you just type in the address, it would pop up, it would say manual because it doesn't have an MLS number because it's not on the MLS, right? You can put it in there, let it load, grab the photos. Okay, so for this one, there's obviously only one photo because we put it 3 times. But because if I do swap images, yeah, there's only one photo. But, you know, if you pick a design with 4 photos for your coming soon, just make sure you have 4 photos. But again, you could swap the photos like that, just like you could. And you know, this says, okay, this is defaulting to just listing. Well, we're not having it just listed over here. You can see listing status. Let's change it to coming soon, like we said, right? And it should update the text on its own, right there. But even if it didn't, say you had a design that didn't do that, again, you can always put your cursor in there and you can change any of the text to come in soon, to open house, right? So they made it super simple in that way. You just put your cursor in, you can delete stuff, you can change stuff, you can add stuff, right? And again, you make sure all the info here you want is correct. You know, the info there, okay, yeah, that's good. Now you go down to here, and again, you can download it. And I always say download because you get the PNG in this case. Straight to your computer. So if you want to post it on Facebook from your computer, great. Email it to yourself, use Dropbox, whatever it is to get it on your phone, post it on Instagram, etc. But you have the photo there, and now you can do whatever you want with it. They also do have options to share directly to social media. Oh, see, but it says this functionality will be available once the design's saved. Okay, so we make sure we save the design or save and close. And now you can see, okay, you can share on Facebook and it's confirmed. I think I linked mine already. The first time you open it, you'll say confirm and you'll probably have to give Inside Real Estate permission on Facebook, like if you've used anything else that posts on your behalf. So you do that and do there. I think I did it already. So when I hit confirm, it'll post it and I don't want to post this on my Facebook. So that's what you'll click there and it can go directly. I'm never a fan of that kind of stuff. I like doing stuff manually. So I'm always leaning towards the download there. But you see, you can even share via email, share via text, right? And so it looks like it made a little short for us and you could email this off to anybody you want. They make it easy at least to share it directly from there. But again, you have the JPEG or the PNG or what have you as you saved it there. And again, you can always go back to the ones you've worked on if you go over here and you click Save Designs. Okay.
But are those only for social media, right? So if you wanted to print that for an open house or whatever, you'd have to go to a different area because that's only saving in PNG.
Well, yeah, because these ones. So if we're on the social media tab, all of these are going to be designed to be posted digitally, right? So say if you did want to print one of these, you'd have to save it and you can print images. You might be funky trying to line it up on the paper because it's not made to do it. But if you wanted to do something you're going to print, again, you'd go over to the print side, and they got a bunch of different ones outside of the flyers. There's brochures, so if you want ones you fold over or whatever, they have all those there, and you can look through and have them set up in that regard there. Now, so for Design Center, that's kind of the gist of how we go about it here. They have the main feed designs, so these are ones that can go in your Facebook feed, but the square designs too here are meant more, I guess, for Instagram types and that. And now we'll say, okay, story designs, we'll look through one of these. I'm going to grab this listing because I know it has photos. But it's that simple there, right? Something simple and easy where you can just click and make, you just click the listing, right? And depending on the one you have, see, and you can even make a QR code to link it to your website, right? So some of these, if they have the option over here with the QR code, you can make something that will link the listing to my website. Because like the thing with the KvCORE websites, and this will be a separate one we'll go over for KvCORE websites because there's a lot in it, is that'll link the listing directly on your website. So if somebody's looking on your website, any listing they look at will present as your listing. It'll have your name. It'll abide by the rules and say listed by X brokerage, whatever it is. But that's the whole point of having the website, is it presents you in front of everything. The one thing I do want to show you too is they have automation here, okay? So in the top corner here where it says marketing automation, core listing machine settings. So these are listing kits, okay? Look at it from my perspective, see if it'll be the same as yours. So you can see here, if you have these toggled active, what this is going to do is it'll create a kit for you, okay? And see, I'm looking at it as Gord, so I guess I have these settings locked, okay? So, but what this will do is it'll make a bunch of these posts. So if you got a listing that comes through, it'll automatically make all these resources for you. And you'll probably get an email or something say, hey, you got all these.
You do. You get an email saying all your transactions are ready.
Yeah, right? So you can have that, and that's just a simple, you saw over here, toggle on, toggle off kind of thing, right? And so that way, any listing you get, it's already going to make a, hey, look what just listed, postcard, brochure, flyer, social post. Just, it tries to make it easy for you, right? So you can just go ahead and post it online. And if there's any design you don't like, you can always, like we did, go back through here and look at different designs you like, right? And now let's look through maybe some of the seasonal and event ones, right? Because a lot of this, I think most of this use is going to be for like listing promotion, right? That's kind of the best thing for it. Especially when you're doing open houses now, because you don't have to be the person who just posts a picture and then does a whole write-up where you got to click see more on Facebook and this much text comes. You just simply find the open house social post, and if there's not one, you pick the just listed one and you change the text to say open house, and it's got all the info. It'll put in the date, the time, and then you're just posting it as a simple image. It's an infographic, right? More to get people there. But then, okay, you want to look through. So we looked at the listing side, but let's say, okay, seasonal and events. Back to school, right? Back to school things to do. And again, all these little different things you can edit. Presented by your info And again, something like this, you don't need your face attached to because you're going to be posting it from your account, right? So people are going to know it's coming from you. But these are just little different things you can go through and post, right? Autumn's social post. Hello, Autumn. You need content to post on your socials outside of, well, I always post listings. What else do I post? Look through here. Look through the seasonal stuff. Look through events. There's a lot of content. If you're wishing somebody a birthday, right? You could post something on their wall here, right? Hey, just want to wish you a happy birthday or something. Or save this, put it in your email, and then email it off to somebody, right? If you want to do something, looks like you put a little more effort into it besides just sending a text. Not that anything's wrong with that. We all do that. But I mean, they give you all these different ways to connect and show, professional looking things you got going on here. Christmas, Cinco de Mayo. There's a timely one. Next week, right? So go through. You got a Cinco de Mayo post you can do here, a branded one. Put your info on it. Hope everybody has a good Cinco de Mayo, right? So they got a lot of content in here outside of just listing promotion. And yeah, the listing promotion's good. But they have a lot of these different things too. And you can see they hit all of the events, Diwali, Easter, Earth Day. I mean, so you're never going to have a shortage of things to post on your socials if you're looking to just stay in front of people. Because again, that's the whole reason this platform exists, is to help you stay in front of people, right? Stay top of mind. That way, when it comes time that they're ready to make a real estate decision in their life, you're right there. But I think that's pretty much the gist of it for here, because I don't think the websites are available yet, nor the videos. Because I know the old design center used to have them, so maybe that's something they're planning on bringing in the future. But, here, this was a little short one, but this is good information to know about. And a lot of this, you can take your time and look through, because like we said, I think the first time we loaded this one, there was over 500 designs, right? So there's a lot of stuff you can look through, and there's a lot of stuff you can use. I mean, even just looking at the seasonal stuff, between the seasonal stuff and the listing stuff, you should have a few things to post, every week, every other week, something like that. There's always something going on. So you can keep your feed going if you want a handful of things to post in a given month that are REMAX branded. You have the ability to do that there through Design Center. And again, anything you work on, you always save and you can go back to in your recent designs to look through it, edit it, change it. Maybe you got one, you found a design. Maybe you really like this flyer design, right? So you can save it and you can see how we did it for this one. You can keep everything the same. And you can edit things here, and even this one has the ability with the QR code. And maybe we'll move it, move a few of these things. Make room there maybe. Shorten the description, or maybe remove one of the images and put the QR code there, right? And then, you got a spot they can scan for more images or whatever it is to view on their website. I'm a big fan of doing that. And I've done that with Max Center because we have a URL shortener and a QR code generator. Put them on the flyer, give them something to scan that takes them to your website so they can look at other properties on your website. So I'm a fan of mixing QR code in with print too. But that's kind of the gist of it. A lot of this stuff is going to be, you can look through and explore because Design Center has a lot of designs. I mean, it even has postcards, door hangers, brochures, and that, right? A lot of this stuff you can look through and you can kind of play with it. You find designs you like, you save them, you go back to them. But I think that's all we wanted to go over today. We actually did a quick one for once. So that's not too shabby.